if anybody did not play the OG, I will throw a caution out now that you do not want to watch the first like 12 minutes, because we're going to get into some stuff right at the jump that is going to be kind of spoilerish territory for the OG. If you played Crisis Core, don't worry. You're safe, right? But if you did not play the OG, or if you've only played the Remake series, you've only played Remake and Rebirth, set a timer and come back to us in like 12 or 13 minutes, okay? Because I don't want you to experience this if you are preserving your experience for just the Remake playthrough. Okay, great. Let's get started. I hope you're ready to jump right in, because it's going to start hot and heavy. Oh yes, folks. We're starting here. So I love the way that he kind of like playfully like messes with his hair here. You can tell they have bonded, right? And, you know, I think that this is a good starting point as any, because it really highlights just the tragic nature of Zack's character in the OG and Crisis Core. And this is not going to be a surprise, folks. We know what happens here. But I do find it interesting in Rebirth, every time we see Zack on a standoff against Shinra, it's always with some guy aiming a weapon down the barrel at him. Every single time, right?
Boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep.
And I really like how Zack as a character, even if he can't win, sticks to what he believes.
Embrace your dreams. And whatever happens, protect your honor. As soldier! Come and get it!
Activating combat mode.
Anybody who misses that activating combat mode, there you go. I kept it in just for you, right? Now, part of this is I wanted to keep a perception that this was a tough battle for Zack, right? So you can see him healing himself, you can see him taking damage, he's taking on all these guys. I won't belabor this, it's not going to hang on this too long from a viewing experience.
I'm Cicely. Here's a present.
Some of the alert. Where's that ready to go? Understand now why Sephiroth chose yes. For
So get
real.
away safely. Zack, I gotta go.
But what I love about the DMV that they did at the end of Crisis Core is they made it so that you're tracking what Zack is thinking about as he's going through this final battle, right? Everything he's clinging to, everything that he holds dear, his memory of all these people he's fighting for is slowly stripped away from him, right? And I feel like that is like, it was such an awesome way that they did the ending of Crisis Core, and I'm a big fan of taking something that was a gameplay mechanic of the DMV and gave it a narrative purpose or weight at the end of the game. Like, I didn't see that coming, right?
Use brings about where
I'm a country boy
I can
too.
be pretty
Like
cheap.
you've been
If
there.
only I were soldier. Honor can be
I really
quite
like
a
that
burden.
sword. Thanks.
A monster's
I
objective.
really like
join
that sword.
mine.
Nothing else out
Zack.
there. Hold on.
You have my thanks.
Hello?
And you can even see here, as Zack and Cloud are kind of stripped away from him, the last thing he holds on to is a memory of Aerith. He doesn't let that go, right? It's so powerful, right? And we obviously, like, we kind of know what ends up happening here, which, like, if you're attached to these characters, if you're attached to this story, like, this is tough to watch, this part here, right? And I love how they made him sort of really struggle through this. Like you get a sense of just how tired he is. Just he's exhausted. He's still just taking damage and just, you know, he's doing everything he can, right? And this friggin' guy. This guy. Right, chat? Screw this guy.
Hello.
Don't worry.
That's right. But
Want to hear?
not scary
Work
at all.
stuff?
Will I see you again?
I'll be here.
He is gonna be in Rush Hour 3. Yeah. Somehow, some way. Walk it off, he says. So what's interesting here, chat, right, is we know Aerith can have spirits of the departed who come to visit her and talk to her. We see Elmira talk about that when Sung visited. And to see or get the impression that that's kind of what happens here and that Aerith knows what happened to Zack is important if we think about the context of the remake project and whether she's responsible for the White Whispers or the Whispers who saved her, like Zack talks to Biggs about, right? Gosh, that transition to hit the shot of his eye, that was so incredibly well done, you know? This whole ending scene here was so well done. But now you can see why I asked people who only played the remake project to get out for 12 minutes, right? This is very highly relevant, and I would hate to spoil it for them. Poor Zack. Exactly, Classy. His dying thoughts are of her.
Zack. For the both of us. Both of us? That's right. You're gonna...
Oh.
live.
Oh. A little grody, but okay.
You'll be my living legacy.
Cloud is one messed up dude, that's why you like him? Yeah, Dan. I hear ya. He's been through a lot, right? And I think we all agree, right? Like, Zack's sacrifice...
My honor. My dreams. They're yours now.
Zack's sacrifice is extremely important, as is moments like this, right? And I think we're all wondering, like, how does this play into what we're going to get in Revelation? And where Zack fits into the story.
I'm your living legacy.
And man, if Cody is not good at one thing as a VA, it is screaming. He's so good. So talented as a VA. He can make you feel it, right? Crisis Core is your favorite game of all time and you're glad to see the lore tie into the remake series? Well, you're going to be happy in just a second, Jesse. I told you this is a weaving together, right?
Embrace your dreams. If you want to be a hero, you need to have dreams.
Thank you. I won't forget. Good night.
I love this piano. Plays here too.
Zack.
What's crazy is, chat, is like in the OG continuity, like that's the last time he says Zack's name. Like his brain just can't process what just happened, and he just like loses his name altogether.
That girl. She said that this guy frightened her. But it must feel so good up there.
I don't know if he immediately forgets, but he's just anybody who's been through trauma. Like my wife and I have worked with a lot of kids or dealt with a lot of scenarios where we ourselves have gone through traumatic experiences, and so have others, and it messes with your brain, man.
It does feel good.
So you can just think, chat, about how long it takes
Hey.
Cloud to walk to Midgar, right?
Would you say I became a hero?
Boom. So now we're getting like a period of time it takes for Cloud to travel to Midgar. We're getting the opening of Remake. We're getting the implications. Oh, what's this? The bird is flying past Cloud? What? We're getting the notes from Sephiroth that potentially, you know, there's something going on with him and the remake project. He felt every bullet. Yeah, he sure did, Astro. His inner self doesn't forget that he buried part of himself. Yeah, 100%. Your brain does whatever it needs to protect you, just adding some dark humor. Yeah, I mean, it's real, man. That's part of what makes this story so good and so enduring for so long for so many people, is that, like, you can relate to this. It's reflective of our real life experiences, right? So now, right, like what, a week or two has passed, right? As Cloud's on his way to Midgar and other things are happening. Now what's going to happen here? Oh, something's happening in this moment as we're going into Remake. We combine those shots from the end of Crisis Core and the beginning of Remake, and they line up perfectly. Which leads us right into Aerith getting a sense that she's in danger, and she takes off. And that was the first thing, chat, that stood out to me when I played Remake, is like, why is she running? Why are we hearing some of Sephiroth's, you know, some indications of Sephiroth's presence? And if you're not noticing, like, some of the color grading is already coming into effect here, because this scene in the OG is heavy on the oranges, and it's a lot more skin tone appropriate or edited here. I'm really just kind of blown away by this game altogether, that it even exists, that they were even able to build this series in the way that they did, with the scale that they did, with the emotional weight that they delivered. I really feel like they delivered for OG fans and new fans alike, that we talked about before. Man, just this whole thing. This hits right here and everyone feels it. Everyone, right? Every time. God, I love the music of these games. It gets me every single frigging time. Really cool, thanks for sharing, taking the time to make it. Astro, this is a passion project, a labor of love, but it's coming out really, really good. Now the rest of this is going to follow Remake, so you won't get more flavor of the merger of things until we hit some of the Yuffie stuff. But you'll still get like the streamlined combat and the other stuff I mentioned earlier, the color grading, that type of thing. The intro gave you chills the first time? Dude, Moonpin, I hear ya. Oh my gosh. Playing this and seeing it on in Remake the very first time was incredible. And I love how they've given the depth of these Avalanche characters that we didn't get in the OG. Like, everything about Remake is turned up to 11. I love it. I love Barrett. I love John Eric Bentley's performance. I love all the VA's performances.
Get down,
perfectly casted, everybody. And what I really love is from this moment where we pivot around Cloud, the devs have put us in his shoes the rest of the time in Remake and Rebirth. We are in Cloud's point of view from here on. We see everything, hear everything he does.
I don't think so.
Now this is where some of those streamlined, remember I talked about the streamlined progression features earlier, chat? That they introduced into Rebirth? This is where they come into play, because I can really use it to speed up combat a little bit.
Fun.
We will, Jesse, don't worry. Speed up combat a little bit. Also, like, make it feel like, in comparison to Cloud, just how outmatched these Shinra troopers are, right?
Drop the weapon!
You'll see it even more as we go forward.
You got this.
Yeah, what he said.
And this music, like, yeah.
You're coming with us.
Get surrounded. Nope.
I can't tell you how much I just listen to the OSTs by themselves, like while I'm working or whatever. Love the music. I've tried to skip every menu I could. That was one I just happened to miss.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal?
And I love the dialogue and the interplay between the characters.
He's got balls, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
Like, I remember the interplay between all the characters in the first playthrough, and I was just like blown away. I was like, they're all real people. They all have personalities. They all have things that they would say to each other.
You'll keep us safe, right, Cloud?
Real joy to look at.
There's this dialogue between the two of them that I just like every time I play Remake or I revisit Remake, I can't skip this or interrupt it. I want to hear it every time.
I'd say you're not even reading the same book.
done here.
Or even the same...
Give it a rest.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for
Wedge,
money.
ever the peacemaker.
They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
Remake with such good character development, the characters feel so real. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, classy. And I love how Barrett, like, has this stoic personality, but we come to learn it's an act, right?
You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gil.
Like, it gives him a depth that I don't even think he even had in the OG, right? And this music again is kicking in.
Get him, boy!
I love how if you talk to Barrett while Jesse and Wiggs are boy. I love how if you talk to Barrett while Jesse and Biggs are talking, their convo still happens. Yeah. I mean, he will interrupt it, or he'll like sort of like let it play out, but I'm entertained by the banter, especially when like Cloud and Barrett start engaging in combat, but they're talking to each other. Like that's some of the illustration of how well done this whole game is, right? And I love how there's little clues for the player that Shinra's up to stuff, right? Like later on,
Not so fast.
when we get
We've
to the
got company.
broadcast from Scarlet about Sector 5's bombing, the reactor there is that bombing, we see this, like them cutting through this fence. So the player knows it's all propaganda. It's all Shinra faking stuff, right?
Let's go.
But it's neat to see like how those in power, those in authority, will leverage or abuse that power, abuse that authority. Like it's not just a commentary. FF7 isn't just a commentary on the planet and like the overutilization of resources and stuff like that. It speaks to a lot of things that we experience in life and in the real world, right?
See you later.
Come on, Cloud!
I'll secure our escape route, okay? You go on and catch up with the others.
And it's helpful to know the games well enough to know that like you can kind of use the scenery here to sort of set up a great viewing experience and getting an idea of where they are in the reactor and what's around and everything before I run down that tunnel.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors.
So there's a couple interesting things here.
So
Listen
how
to
do
this.
we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy?
So we get our first
Have it your
introduction of
way,
the
Mud.
concept of Stamp
We can do this with
without
you,
seeing
or we
it.
can do this without you.
But what causes the headache for
reactor,
Cloud
different
is
layout.
reference
Depends
to
when
a
it was built.
loyal little doggy,
Never seen one like this.
which is what
but I'll
Zack
manage.
was referred to when Cloud was around. Cloud overheard Zack being
Don't you
referred to
worry.
as
Biggs
a
will have the
loyal
door open
puppy
soon.
or whatever, right? So that's what provokes the headache, is a memory of Zack. I love how like they've really paid attention to the dialogue.
Who's that?
What would cause things to play out. I love this too.
Oh, wait.
They take his line from combat and they make the bad guys use it here.
It's over!
That's my line.
Because he says that at the end of combat.
He's
sometimes.
alone!
Just like clever little things like that woven all throughout the game.
That's
They paid attention to that level of detail. It's incredible.
Try this. Then let's move.
He always knows just what to say.
Cut it out.
And I love how somebody in Rebirth also points out,
I got
like,
this place covered.
he knows just what to say.
Simmer down, hotshot.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do?
Stamp shows up all over
And we're
Remake
good.
and always points you in the correct direction.
Careful
Yep.
in there. Well, what are you waiting for?
And I love how we get like a little indication there that they really care about each other too, right? Like Biggs telling Jesse, be careful in there, because he knows she's a little reckless. She kind of does things, you know, a little impulsively.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Sort of get your first idea that Jesse is like a little flirtatious with Cloud. You also get this flashback to Nibelheim, which is awesome. I remember seeing this the first time, like, wow, what are we watching here?
Cloud! Are you ignoring me?
But it kind of starts and ends with that green tinged headache or
Tifa
static.
and I.
So you kind of like wonder like how much of it is reality and how much of it is not, right? Especially if you play the OG. And I like how they gave us moments like this, where we get a firm understanding that Shinra is actually the one behind a lot of this, right? We didn't get that in the OG.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
A very different Nibelheim than in Rebirth. Just
This
because they
pump's
redesigned
sole
it,
purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest, and it doesn't care.
What I like
You
about
do
this
realize
diatribe
what
from
Mako
Barrett
is, don't you?
is that
Mako
it's
is the
presenting
lifeblood of our
his
world.
character,
The planet
in
bleeds
comparison
green
to
like
Jesse
you and me
and
bleed
Cloud,
red.
and
The hell you
also
think's gonna
giving
happen when
us
it's all
the necessary
gone, huh?
exposition to
Answer
understand what
me.
the stakes are without
You gonna
doing this
stand
boring
there and
explanation
pretend you
we
can't hear the
normally
planet
get
crying
from a
out
lot
in
of
pain?
stories.
I know you
Just
can.
in the delivery. It's great.
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do.
Get help.
Say that again.
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
They all just said it's a little louder than I am. You talking about my mic, Classy?
Our lives are on the line now.
I'll turn my mic up just a little.
You listening, Merc? One false move. And that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach. Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah.
Should have asked for more money.
Well, he asked for his standard 2,000, chat. Like, why would he rethink that just because of that? I turned my mic up a little, Classy. It should be okay now. I hope, anyway. I also appreciated how they gave you this introduction to how the different characters can be useful in different scenarios, right? So you know you should switch over to Barrett to reach these enemies.
Give 'em hell. Do your job, Merc.
That's that. That was easy.
Sure it was.
But we're starting to get a sense of a little bit of that interplay between the two of them.
Laser security system.
And again, I like how
Those things will hurt more
Jesse
than
like makes this comment about his eyes, right?
And then some. But I'm guessing you've done this kind of thing before.
Yeah. Figure out the timing of the lasers. Then, make a move when they cycle off.
Exactly. I'll go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Hey!
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
Yeah, this is pretty standard fare stuff. I feel like it kind of would have been a little bit better if... Now you see, like, I kind of jumped through that, right? Again, because my part of my focus, part of my intent here is what's going to make a good viewing experience, right? You get the idea, you need to navigate these lasers until they're gone.
Not if you wipe it forward them first.
Ha! We can take this hunk of junk!
That hunk of junk is a heavy weapons platform. If we rush in, we die.
Is that right?
Need to hit it with magic. That should give us an opening. Here it comes.
Hey! It's not moving!
Let's pin it down.
But like this, the dialogue between the two of them
Of course.
is just
It just had to get
it's really
back up.
great. Like how they just sort of talk to each other through combat.
First. Soldier first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
The hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. Though for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Mm-hmm. Guess that make you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
I can't remember when I was playing Remake. I was thinking about like how they're developing and building these characters out, and I was floored by the delivery and the way that it was all packaged and presented for us.
That's our target, the reactor core. Gotta set the bomb at the bottom.
There was like depth to it without being too much depth.
Let's get down there.
It was not ever really prolonged, other than a couple of certain points which people have been critical of, like say the revisiting of the sewers and stuff like that we get later, right? But overall, like nothing ever really overstays its welcome too much. I couldn't really cut out picking up this treasure chest because Barrett was talking.
Heads up, boys. The end's in sight.
I love this little optional line of dialogue if you talk to Jesse.
Aw, you're choosing me over the reactor? That's sweet, but I'll wait my turn. Go blow her mind.
This won't take long.
You really get the sense that these people really care about what they're trying to accomplish here, and that they're really up against it, right? Like they have to make some hard choices.
We sink right down to the bottom. To the planet's core.
That's that. Was never in doubt.
Now getting this scene, chat, with the Scorpion Sentinel and the way it played out, like I know we saw it like before we got a chance to play it because they demoed it and everything. But this leading up to it was really interesting. Like Blitz and I were talking about how like there's the times where we see a black feather drop. Are those like bookmarks for Sephiroth, right? Like where he knows when events are happening and he harkens back to this in Rebirth during Cloud's trial at the Temple of the Ancients, right?
Prove to me you're the man
Is that a
Tifa
marker
says you are.
for
That
like
you're
him
one of
saying,
us.
we're going to pin
Never
this and we're
said
going to
I
come back
was.
to it, right?
I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job.
And again, these two, or all the voice actors, do such a tremendous job of making us understand these characters and who they are. Like, you see the interplay. Cloud couldn't care less at the moment, doesn't want to be involved. Barrett is a little aggravated with him. But again, that moment right there is the one we revisit later in Rebirth. We come right back to this moment. I love the little red lines or tints on his sunglasses there.
What about the
The
timer?
reflection.
Your call, Merc.
I remember seeing that the first time I played Remake, and I was like, oh, that's
Pretty
really
cocky,
cool.
ain't you?
We never needed 20 minutes, chat. We could have gotten away in 10. It's hard to imagine him as anyone else now, yeah. I think that's the struggle everybody's having with Sephiroth right now, right? With Revelation. And we'll see.
What in the hell? Hey, how the hell do we fight this thing?
And I loved how dynamic this fight was, right? Like, if you had different segments to it, different ways you needed to approach it, like you could wail on it at first here, and then we'll get to the point where, you know, you gotta avoid the tail, you gotta use thunder magic against it. I think that was really clever. The banter between the two of them, if you do or you don't use the magic, like that's hilarious that they included the dynamic option, that the game paid attention, and if you didn't cast thunder, they would say something else versus if you did. That was really cool. It puts this shield up, and you've got to deal with that, like hitting it from the back. That was clever. That was a neat implementation.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
I like how it keeps jumping up on the walls and like raining missiles down on everybody. That was really cool. But like, this is one of the things that makes me appreciate that it's not turn-based combat, guys, right? Like, in a turn-based situation like the OG, this is a very static, motionless fight. There's no kinetic energy to it. It doesn't convey anything. It's just you're standing there in place until it's over, right? And the way they implemented, like, some real-time combat hybrid elements mixed in with some menu commands, it's able to tell a different, more dynamic story, in my opinion, right? That's not saying anything against turn-based. I grew up on turn-based. I like turn-based, but I like the implementation of storytelling during combat that they could not have done if they just did the OG and they just did turn-based combat. I wish they had a nod to the mistranslation from the OG class to attack while the tail's up a Barrett. So it says attack you crazy class runs. Yeah. Boom. And just like the demo we saw perform before Remake came out, end it with a cross slash. Just for added flair and effect.
Shit, the bomb!
20 minutes until detonation.
I really like this line from Barrett. Like, it blows up. They were trying to set off a bomb in this place. So he's like, yeah, should have had that.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
And when this music hits right here, chat, boom. That bass drops and that music kicks in. Ever since the first time I played the remake, this song just like connects me. It connects with me at a deep, deep level. Like, I love this music while you're trying to get out of here. It so perfectly suits the scenario. Like, man. The way the horns are kind of like lingering there, and like you gotta get out of here.
Nothing to it.
The strings are like keeping that sort of like that momentous energy going. You got like all the walls are all torn up from the laser blasts. Like, the whole thing is just super great. And I love this transition here with the music when this happens. So you sort of like, you really like feel what's happening, right? And I mean, some other people might be critical, but I feel like these games are a masterclass in storytelling and the use of visually what you're seeing, the music, the voice acting, like everything comes together to just make like
we'll link up over there.
Such an awesome way to tell the story. I also love how like Cloud jumps at the end of this when they escape. He jumps really, really high to get to where Jesse is, but he can't jump up right there to where Barrett is. Maybe because he can't take Jesse with him? I don't know, but it's just funny, like, for all those people who like complain there's no jump button. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
up and climb. You're not helping.
Sorry.
You're not helping.
Stay focused. I'll freak out if I don't talk.
Have it your way.
I like how they gave us Barrett on the other side, and he's climbing just as fast with one hand.
Barrett!
I've got you covered. Find us the way out of here.
But then...
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I've got Soldier Boy with me.
Jessie runs the fastest I've ever seen. She gets through this door before it closes.
X, Soldier Boy.
They're here. Take them down. We don't have time for this shit. It's lost ticket.
Cool it. 5 seconds is all we need.
So I left the majority of this particular battle because you want to feel the sense of like we need to hurry. We need to get this door open.
Out of here, ASAP.
There's a lot of intentional choices that went into all the editing, guys. They unload on that sweeper. They may struggle with these guys, these shock troopers, in the like it took me forever in Remake to figure out you needed to go into Punisher mode and counter those guys to defeat them. Like, look at Cloud's health. It's because like it took some time for me to figure out. Oh wait, that's how you got to deal with those guys, right? But look at this. Told you we need 20 minutes. We got out of here in 4.5. And again, one of the things I really appreciate in comparison to OG is like they show you a conscious decision by President Shinra and Heidegger to destroy this place on their own, right? So you get the sense that, or you can now like fully understand, like Avalanche didn't do this, they didn't cause this. Shinra's up to something, right? It's storytelling that I think they do a better job of telling the story in the remake project. Because you have to infer a lot of stuff in the original that you don't have to here. And I love how hot-headed and everything that Barrett's supposed to be, that he looks back and Cloud's just like all calm and cool and composed. And one of the things I loved, it stand out to me every time I played Remake, and it was from the very first time I played, when they exit this elevator and you see the light come on the blue shoulder pauldron Cloud, and it looks photorealistic right here. The very first time I saw that and saw that shoulder pauldron and the Buster Sword, I was blown away. I was like, my god, this game looks so friggin' fantastic.
Can you walk?
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
And I like how they pay that off later with the whispers, where she can't walk.
Okay, that was pretty cool. All right, come on.
I like how they kind of showed us that Advent Children isn't the only time Cloud can do that stuff, right? And then this, too, this was really cool because it gives us this understanding that there's a human impact, there's a broader impact to what's happening here to all the citizens, all the people around, not just what's going on with our main party, right? Everybody suffers from that reactor going down. There's a conscious choice by Avalanche, but there's real consequences to it.
Looks like we made it. And with nothing but a few scratches to show. Think you might have overdone it?
I followed the instructions to the letter. Maybe it triggered a reaction with the Mako?
Well, let's hope the city's still in one piece.
But the planet's what matters, right? I mean, this must have helped some.
After all that, it had better have. Anyway, let's get going. We in Sector 8?
That'd be just down there.
All right then, lead the way.
You got it.
This is where you can see more of that color grading, chat, because this section right here has like this tint
Watch out
to
for
it.
live wires. They're everywhere.
And I was like, well, what if it didn't? Like, how would that look, right? So I kind of like, I did what I could with it.
The air in here reeks. Can't wait to get out in the open.
Biggs cracks me up every time talking about how he needs to take a shower. He's hilarious.
Damn, what is that? I've never smelled anything so foul. Oh, it's me. Gotta do something about that. And soon.
He cares about taking a shower and staying clean as much as Tifa does.
I felt that one in my guts.
They just keep on coming.
We need to get out of this place.
Was it the Mako density? The primary explosive? The blasting agent?
Hey, we can figure that out later.
I'm running on empty here.
I like how they pay off a lot of this dialogue with what we see out of Avalanche as we keep going, right? Like you see Jesse continues to weigh on what's going on with the bomb. You know, Wedge is hungry, right? Like we get a follow through on a lot of this stuff.
That's about as good a place as any.
Stand back then. I'll set the bomb.
And something else I really love about this, you get the first mention of Marlene here. I love in this part right here, when the bomb goes off, there was this red flash to it. And that also has always stood out to me right here in this moment.
Fire in the hole!
I don't know why, it just sort of like was captivating to me when I first saw it happen.
You sure told those doors.
Let that be a lesson to anything that gets in my way.
So to get that without subtitles, that Barrett, let's get out of here.
Attention all citizens. Attention all citizens.
And again, like, if we're talking about storytelling, the remake project, like, really cements for you, like, how devastating this explosion was that Shinra set off. Avalanche obviously thinks they did it, but, like, getting to explore the impact of it to the greater populace of Midgar was really well done, and we never got any of that in the OG.
Therefore, all residents of
No way.
This couldn't have been us, could it?
But what if it was?
What's done is done.
Merc's right. It ain't pretty, but we can't stop now. This was just the first reactor, and the planet won't be safe till we get the rest.
Yeah. We always knew this was gonna get messy.
And this is only the beginning.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for was ever won without sacrifice. Though
Fair
you may
point or
not
no?
be crying out, I know you're in pain, just like the planet. But it's okay, cause I'm here for you.
And I love how they delivered on this in Rebirth too, right? Like, you get him carrying everybody's weight, and then Dyne calls him out on it.
Your concerns, and yes, your fees. Whatever your problem, I got you.
So, what's our next move, boss?
That's easy enough.
You get this little head bob from
get our
Barrett.
asses home.
It's all the little tiny details in how they deliver the animation, the voice acting, like just everything about it. Again, they feel like we're watching real people, right? Which is just crazy.
We'll split up and shoot for the last train home. Regroup in the freight car. Got it?
Later then.
Hey, I'd like my money now.
You can have it once we're back at base.
Yeah, back at base. This little interplay with Jesse was also really cool.
I don't need to tell you what this is, right?
Again, this is another neat way that they did exposition or explaining to the player what they need to know but
Just doing my
not
job.
talking down to
Nothing
them
more.
or just like delivering
Yeah.
info in the
Fact
traditional
is,
sense.
I'm lucky
They
you
do
were
it
there.
through characters and interplay and development and like him saying, you know, I was a soldier,
Survival can
right?
be a matter of
Like,
luck or skill. And you can't rely on luck.
Words to live by.
or not live by, Jesse.
Yeah.
Her luck runs out
Thanks.
because the
You
Whispers
do know how
decided.
to use it, right?
You do know what I was, right?
Okay, I was only trying to help. Oh, before I forget, here's a little something extra for being so brave. That really was the ride of a lifetime. Well, see you on the train.
Some behind-the-scenes footage of how the face animates on idle is pretty insane. It's a lot of systems driving the smallest of details. Yeah, classy. Like, just again, the extent at which they have gone to take great care into making this game in the way that
Up
they
here!
did.
Look up!
Everything from
I
the
said
systems and
look up!
mechanics and how it
Careful up
animates
here.
and just
This could collapse at any moment. If you
it
want up, you'll have to use
floors
those
me,
stairs.
and there's no way anybody can look at this and say, well, the devs like cut some corners, or they they didn't care or respect the OG. Like, I don't understand how you could say that if you're playing the same game we are, right? Like, I mean, I don't want to diminish anybody's perspectives. Everybody is open to their own feelings, their own interpretations. I won't criticize anybody for having their own. But for me, like, I don't know how you walk away seeing it any differently, or at least not acknowledging that point, you know? So this was trippy for us, right, chat? Like, when we first played Remake the first time, everything has gone pretty standard up to this point, right? This is the first moment where we're like, what is going on here? This is different. And I get that some people are critical of it, right? Because they're like, well, why? I mean, maybe he sees something on fire and he has this flashback to this. I get that. But even maybe him thinking of this makes a lot of sense, right? And I've kind of like, tweaked the contrast and shadows and stuff here. But when he turns and Sephiroth appears, there are OG purists who are like, I don't like this, right? Like, why is he appearing here? But I think it's because if you aren't new to the series with this game, if you know what happened before, this is kind of necessary. Because if you don't do this stuff, Sephiroth is not the same. If you did a 1-for-1 remake where none of this stuff exists, then Sephiroth is less compelling. He's less of a threat. He's less scary. You question less what the heck is going on, and like you question even like Cloud's identity and the different moments having to do with him, and why you question everything about what's going on with Cloud less because you know what happened, right? Like, I love how there's this signage like it is Nibelheim on the right there. It's like a weird blend of the two. I love how they did that with the storytelling visually, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you need Sephiroth popping up earlier. You need him involved in the story earlier because you already know how it went, and it would not have hit the same way if you just waited around forever to get any indication of what's going on with Sephiroth, right? They needed to introduce him sooner since it was split up over multiple games. I agree with that too, right? Like, if we followed just the OG, by the end of Remake, you really wouldn't have gotten anything, right, with him. And this is very intriguing dialogue I think is going to play into Part 3 significantly, this whole conversation, right? From what seems to be a recognition between Cloud and Sephiroth on their multiple engagements.
You're dead.
I am.
I killed you with my own...
Oh,
But
you
when,
need not
right?
remind
There's
me.
that dual meaning.
It was the crowning moment of our time together. But that was then, and this is now. I have a favor to ask.
And there's also this about what's going on with the planet.
The planet is dying. Slowly. Silently. Painfully. Can you bear to see the planet?
Can you tell I took some of the orange out of this scene?
Cloud. so many things would be lost. Your hometown burned so bright.
I feel like this is Sephiroth kind of appealing to him in what we will see him try to sway Cloud in Tartary in Revelation.
That which binds us together would be no more, and I would be loath to live in such a world, which is why I must ask you this one favor. Don't worry, it's a simple thing.
And of course, this line, right?
Cloud.
We know where this line comes
Run
from
away.
and why it sets Cloud off.
You have to leave. You have to live.
You bastard!
There's a lot of setup and remake that they didn't even address in Rebirth. Oh, wait, listen to this.
Hold on.
Hold on to that hatred. And then later on in Rebirth, he tells him he wants to fill his empty, hollow heart with rage. Those two lines connect together, right? There are plenty of dots here that need to connect together. Hayabusa, Orange glad he took the orange out of the...
Fumes from all the Mako. Alright. You got this.
I'm one for dad jokes, Hayabusa, so thank you for that. And this, them bringing in the Cries of the Planet here, or this music from Advent Children, right? Like, the whole thing just is constructed in a way where it's telling the story visually, it's telling it through music, it's telling it through dialogue and character interactions. There's layer upon layer upon layer that's all scaffolding built on top of each other. It's so extremely well done. Now we got some stuff to talk about here, chat. First of all, Aerith is dealing with the Whispers here, which means that she's dealing with the Whispers before the party. She's aware that they exist, and if we tie that back to what we saw a second ago, where we tied in Crisis Core, and then this happens, so she just recognized Cloud. She saw him and said, oh, he's here, finally! And then we get this moment in Cloud's mind where Sephiroth places everything on pause. Even his meeting Aerith is on pause. He can't save anybody all by himself, right? And then he breaks free of it.
Hey, are you okay?
And the Whispers are fine with this because Aerith needed to stay there to meet them. But we don't. We pick up on it later, chat. But during this, we kind of don't. We kind of get the sense a little bit that she's messing with them in a way, or talking to him in a way, where she's like
scaring those things away.
She mentions a reunion. He says that he's tied up in
Never mind. Think of it as a
dangerous things, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sure you are." Like she knows him, right? The whole thing is a masterclass in setting things up.
How much?
Well, that depends on the customer. In your case, it's on the house.
Huh?
Lovers used to give these when they were reunited.
And you kind of wonder, chat, like, at what point did she become aware of some of this stuff?
Look,
and how long has she been waiting for this moment that she refers to later in Remake, right?
I'm sure you
See,
are.
oh, I'm sure you are.
So keep your distance.
Wait, you think someone's out to get you? Is that what you're all worked up about? Relax. No one's going to attack you. I promise.
Hey, a Mako reactor just blew. You shouldn't be out here trying to self...
See, so now, since that moment didn't play out like the OG, they're trying to bother her again to separate them, and she intervenes, and now we get Cloud first, like, seeing these, and now all of us as players are like Cloud. We're like, what the heck is this? What's going on here, right? Because we're in Cloud's shoes.
What are they?
Drop your weapon!
And I love how they subtly show you the troopers cannot see them. Only these two can see them. Now she's figured out, like, these things are gonna interfere. I've got to get out of here.
Wait!
Nice meeting you.
And I love how there's just this shot of Cloud standing there with these guys behind him, and he's got this flower, and the music kicks again right here so friggin' hard.
Get ready. Enough. It's over.
They make such good use of music and transitions. It's just really, it's just insane.
Is that it?
Just give it up! Don't run! Take him!
There's nowhere to go!
Let's finish this. So long.
And they really kind of give you the sense you kind of like got to get out of here, right? Like there's Cloud's overwhelmed. He can't just fight off everybody, right?
Close call.
Don't underestimate him!
I think the game has been saying the thing without saying it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Right? Like they've done such a clever job of giving you the indication something's going on. And then this whole thing, these guys rolling up on him, this whole scene was just so well done because you just feel like these guys have had it with him. They are ready to take him out, right? And you feel like it's you versus all of them, which is how Cloud feels, right? And they didn't mess around either. Like they made you deal with all these guys, right? They didn't like do some, you know, convenient storytelling thing where like you only have to deal with some of them, right?
No holding back.
So I kind of didn't want to shortchange this battle by cutting some of it out because you do want to feel like Cloud kind of had to legit battle his way out of it, right?
Time to burn.
Once it's all revealed, we'll look back and it'll all make sense.
Try this.
Cloud, or Classy, I completely believe that's the case. I believe in the devs. I think they'll pull it off. So, I mean, we'll see, but I think that's correct.
HQ, this is Sector 8, Unit 2. Target is surrounded. Moving to secure.
And now you get this moment.
Wait! I know that.
Now the question is, did he say, I know that soldier? Did he say, I know that shoulder pauldron? Did he say, I know that sword? He kind of reaches out like, wait, don't leave, right? So like you get the sense that like, if you haven't played the OG, wait, he recognized him, what's going on there? If you have played the OG, you're like, ooh, that's an interesting little detail, right? If you played Crisis Core, it amplifies it further, right? It just happens on so many levels.
Guess Cloud won't be joining us after all.
No need to assume the worst. I'm sure he's fine. You saw him in action, didn't you? Guy's a soldier. Goddamn one-man army.
You think he's a keeper?
The dialogue's kind of building us up to make us feel like Cloud, make us feel like we're a one-man army. You get this angle of the Buster Sword and it's humongous. The first chink in the armor for Barrett, where you can see he's not such a hard ass, right?
To run around. That's what. Had to draw them away from the station somehow.
Nicely done.
Well, can't argue with results, huh?
He's like, get off me, Charlie Sheen.
Wait. Got a question for you all.
What?
Ever been attacked by an invisible enemy?
What?
Wearing robes. Came and went like the wind.
Thought they were invisible.
They were, at first. Only saw them after she grabbed me.
A new Shinra weapon, maybe?
More like a panic-induced hallucination.
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Suit yourself. Come on, let's move up.
So what I like about that, chat, is it's interesting to me that they like point you at a couple of things, right? Like, yeah, he could only see the whispers after she grabbed him, but it's something that doesn't go unspoken. Like in a lot of stories, sometimes things happen and characters don't talk to each other, and we do admittedly get some of that in this story as well. Like Tifa and the other characters aren't talking to Cloud about what's going on. They're talking to each other behind the scenes, but not to Cloud. But you do have an instance here where Cloud saw something weird happen, and he questioned it with the other characters. He didn't just ignore it or treat it like it was nothing or whatever. He brought it up, right?
Of course they are.
Hey, Cloud.
If you're about to unburden yourself, don't.
Instead. You don't make it easy.
I like how packed they made this train car. I like that we got a moment with Wedge. We get a moment with Biggs. We see Kyrie, right? She's like, I'm trying to work here.
Holding up pretty well, huh? Even after what we saw at the station and all over Sector 8.
I'm a soldier.
It was interesting to hear Barrett push back a bit.
Still shaking.
You get used to it.
Something to look forward to. Or
why don't you learn to take a hint?
And I like also how Biggs was like, oh, well, maybe I can look forward to getting stronger, tougher like you, but maybe that's not a good thing, right?
I can't stop thinking about it. The bomb I made shouldn't have produced an explosion that big. It doesn't make any sense.
The explosion triggered a reaction with the Mako. You said so yourself.
Good thing
that was my first guess, but shouldn't the reactor have...
And I like how the characters are questioning here what happened, because we know Shinra did it, but they don't, right?
Right?
Right.
Right.
No. I'm just looking for excuses for something that was clearly my own fault. Gotta own up to it if I'm gonna learn from this and move on. Thanks, Cloud. You're a good listener.
What kind of maniacs would go so far as to bomb a reactor?
And I like how the public get involved, like, right? Like,
they've yet to announce
the Shinra employees are all talking to each other, Barrett engages them, the dialogue between them. You can get this sense that there are no one all, like, there are opposing points of view, right?
Everyone knows Avalanche only cares about saving the planet.
Just who do you think you are?
A law-abiding concern.
This classic music kicks in.
Law-abiding? Really?
She's looking at that gun like law-abiding.
Don't antagonize him. In my humble opinion, that explosion was a message. A message to the bastards bleeding our planet dry. Think they got it? Heard it loud and clear? Y'all's masters?
We will not submit to intimidation or violence, but work together for peace and prosperity. That is how civilized people change the world.
I love how they're like, yes, that's right, that's right.
That is the Shinra creed. Them's fighting words.
It's what we believe. We all have to follow our conscience, don't we?
We should go.
Right.
Oh dear.
I tried to ramp the shadows a little in here so that when the lights outside the train car pass by, you really got a sense of them reflecting off of or casting a shadow on the Buster Sword, etc. He's clearly a party animal.
Let's get this out of the way. Personally,
one of my favorite Jessie
visualoids
moments
make
right
the dull
here.
Stuff a lot more bearable. If it helps, think of it as an initiation rite.
How many times do I have to tell you people? I'm not...
There's such a thing as playing too hard to get. So, here we've got a wireframe model of the great city
So
of
good,
Midgar,
so good.
complete with
Like
massive
the
steel
spunky
plates
personality with the
suspended 300
sass.
meters above ground level, atop which stands a shining beacon of civilization. The whole system is sustained by the Mako reactors, which feed the insatiable appetites of the public.
The train will be passing through an ID checkpoint shortly.
This here is the train's route. As
Once
you can
again,
see,
there was a
it'll
lot
take us
of
around this main
overpowering
pillar.
orange
Look,
in this
we're
scene
about halfway
that I
through
tried to
it
deal
now.
with as best as I
They've
could.
set up a checkpoint here to scan the IDs of all passengers heading in and out. Date of birth, residential status, criminal history. All that and more is automatically cross-referenced in their databases. Public security wouldn't have it any other way.
So now you get a sense that Shinra is like way more oppressive than we got in the OG, because they like monitor people's movements and like you can't even get from point A to point B without their approval or whatever. Like just how trapped everyone under the plate is.
Relax.
Take a good look. It's because of that great big pizza in the sky that people down there gotta struggle to survive. Shinra sucks up Mako while the soil turns to dust, the air fills with smog, and the flowers die.
Then leave and don't look back. That's what's always worked for me.
Well, that's all well and good.
I like how they did the visual storytelling. That every time Barrett removes his sunglasses, you get a sense of his real personality, not the facade.
Like this train, I suppose. There's only one way it can go.